Yeah, yeah. What they saying? I'm so divine, I'm so divine. Imperfection, perfection, my presence shines. My mental is parasailing maritime. They say I'm destined to read the palm line. Yeah, I'm so divine, I'm so divine. Imperfection, perfection, my presence shines. My mental is parasailing maritime. They say I'm destined to read the palm line. Yeah, I'm so divine.
You still don't know about real estate? You don't know whether to jump in. You don't know if you ain't got the right mindset. You don't know if it's the right time. H.G.R.G got you. We just dropped the ebook. Go check it out. It's in the description below. Welcome to the H.G.R.G podcast. Another episode. What's going on?
Derek,
GT.
What's good? What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday.
New.
Ooh. We dropping Wednesdays now. Thank you guys for always messing with us and staying in tune with us, dropping every Friday. We decided to switch it up a little bit. We're going to start dropping on Wednesdays. So we appreciate your support. Thank you for staying with us and sticking with us. Now you get the podcast a little earlier. You know,
that's what it is. But we also got to understand before we even start this conversation, it's the new year. And DT, are you still with us?
Of course I am, sir.
Lance, are you not with us?
Anyway, you know, I'm here to stay. I'm here to stay. Listen, guys, you know what I'm saying? Once again, it's the new year. We're still here. We're going to keep bringing you episodes. We're going to keep bringing you guys the stuff you love, you know, the stuff that you hate to hear, but you need to hear. And really, that kind of inspires this episode. And this episode is going to be, you know, why is it that we give you this stuff that you like to hear, the good, the bad, and the ugly of real estate? You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So we give you the good, we give you the bad, and we give you the ugly. Listen, we understand our podcast is not sexy. We get it. We understand that this lane is not sexy, right? Because, you know, and we understand. Well, I'm gonna tell you, you know, and I say that to explain myself like this. It's not, you know, glitz and glamour and gold, and we don't just feed you the dream. And we knew that from day one. We knew that from day one we were not going to do that, and we understood that, you know, and that may turn some people off. But I tell you what, the feedback that we get from people, because we do tell you, you know, the every side of everything, man, it's tremendous. It's tremendous to see. It's tremendous to hear, and it's creating success with our students, you know, because they don't have this imaginary picture coming in. Right. They don't have this facade coming in. You know, they know what they're getting into, and they know what it could possibly be. So it's almost like what you say, DT, right? Let me overachieve and underpromise.
Yeah. Let me oversell. Right. Let me undersell, overdeliver. Yeah.
Right. Oversell, underdeliver, or you know, and that's that.
Or let me show you
undersell, overdeliver. However,
just stop.
You know, but really, you know, that's what we do here. You know, and I want to ask you guys as well. You know, just Jerry, us doing that. Do you see success in it? Why do we give the good, the bad, the ugly? You know, what is it? Why was this the approach, and why do you think this approach works for H.G.R.G?
So, first off, if you watch 2023, everybody won in real estate. Everybody. 2023 was a hard year for everybody, but everybody won.
Right.
Everybody won. Yeah. If you look at Instagram, social media, everybody won, bro. Yeah. Nobody. This is the thing, because we want you to get in real estate, but we want you to get in real estate like the right way. Yeah. We want you to understand there's not going to be 1,000% great days. We're gonna tell you, hey, listen, it's great days. It's pretty much majority great days, but you have bad, and I'm gonna curse right now, bad fucking days. Because it's a business, and if you know how to run a business, you have bad fucking days. So why would we tell you, hey, real estate is great, and then when you get into it, you're like, you didn't tell me about the toilet. You didn't tell me about a bad tenant. Ultimately, what our position is to teach you the right way. And if we don't teach you the right way, it's going to come back to bite us in the ass anyway, because we didn't teach you what we needed you to teach, needed you to learn. So yes, for me, it's a success conversation because our students tell us, hey, I needed that ass whooping for a little bit. So now I understand my next buy, I have to put this into my budget.
Yep.
But yes,
and we try to prep them for that anyway, right?
Correct.
And that's kind of what we do. Even through the podcast, you know, we try to speak about even the nuances, you know, of real estate that people don't really touch on because it's not attractive in the subject. You see what I'm saying? The subject's not attractive. You know, the headline when they post it isn't attractive. You see what I'm saying? But we know that it means a lot more to the people that are serious. You see what I'm saying? So we've had a student really quick before I get to DT, where he just felt like he was like, just show me how to buy a house. You know what I'm saying? Just show me how to buy a property. And you know, like, it's not. I can't show you that, right? But then you'll hate H.G.R.G in the end.
Right. It defeats the
That's
purpose.
going to be the truth.
Yeah.
Right. So we can show you that, right? Because you want to give us the money. And tomorrow you want the property. Is that possible? Yeah, it's possible.
Absolutely.
It's possible. I guarantee you this: you'll be the first one online making a video about how H.G.R.G ain't shit, and we don't want that. So, with that being said,
we don't operate that way either. So
we can't. We done been through the mud too much.
Yeah, not all money's good money, and that's one of those ones that we just gotta gracefully say this is not the program for you. I'm sure there's people out there to take it, and there's people out there to promise you success and, you know, give you a 1, 2, 3 microwave scenario, but, you know, we're just not it. So thank you for inquiring, but this isn't it for you.
Right. This is what happens when you deal with people that actually buy property before
are in the fucking mud, bro.
This is what happens when you have people that are already in the game before. We're not looking to get rich off of your membership. You know what I'm saying? We got property. So, you know, this is why we can say no. You know what I'm saying? We're in a position to say no, and that's fine. With that being said, DT, you know, we give the good, we give the bad, we give the ugly. Why is that important to come from every standpoint when it comes to real estate, especially on the internet?
I mean, it's just for us. I know we think we're all like-minded individuals, but it's just how we operate in life, right? So that's how we carry ourselves in business as well. Excuse me. When I call Jerry or Lance calls me and I'm telling them about, you know, a property, they're like, all right, cut to the chase. You know, what tell me the bad, tell me the good, tell me the ugly, you know, and this has been before H.G.R.G. You know, likewise, when they ask me about a report on something, you listen, man, I'm not going to BS you. This isn't it. You know, oh, tell me why. And boom, you know, we get to it. So, you know, in a stat, and I'm sure we all live our lives like that outside of it. People who know us will probably know that without even us having to justify that. But in business, it just makes the most sense, you know, to weed the fat, to not have like that shiny syndrome object, you know, to not be on here, you know, like being braggadocious, you know, check out our Instagrams, you know, all three of us individually, as well as our HGRG _club page. You know, we don't have any, you know, shiny syndrome, flamboyant objects. We're not that. Excuse me. We're just here, you know, cutting through the fat, weeding all that out. Probably doing ourselves a disservice if you're trying to get, you know, the following that you're supposed to get to be, you know, a little bit more successful in this field here. But for us, what we do works, right? This is our niche. We're comfortable in it. It's easy to keep up the truth. It's hard to keep up a lie, right? When you fake jacking, like the OG say, and you know, you say you outside and I'm doing this and I'm doing this, I'm doing that, but then somebody bumps into you and, you know, what you said is not really what it is. You know, it's easy for somebody to pull your card on the gram, but when you know, speak like this, and, you know, none of us are saying nothing about what we got, nothing about what levels of success as far as financially. You know, yes, we're all living a good life, but that's as far as we go. You know, we don't go into I got this and I got this and I got that. So you'll never hear somebody say, oh, you said you got this, but when I saw you, it didn't look like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not really about that. What it's about is what I'm saying, does it work? If it does, testify to that. What I'm saying, doesn't it work? If it don't, testify to that too. And we've yet to have one to go astray.
Yep, and that's what counts. Great that you said that. You know, because someone that drives a Mercedes, no disrespect to you guys, I know you both drive Mercedes. You know, drive Mercedes, and you could. No, I'm talking to you. You know, it doesn't mean that that's explaining the process.
Right.
It doesn't mean anything. You know what I'm saying? That's the end of it. We're just explaining the process. Our job is explain the process, the ups, the downs, the rivers, the valleys, the mountains, all that stuff. That's what we're supposed to do. And if it works for you, perfect. Make that purchase. Let's get going. Get on this podcast. Tell other people, and let's keep it moving. That's really we're very simple.
Yeah, I saw
Very simple.
a highlight of a podcast. Shannon Sharp said something that was, it hit me hard. What he said, and I like it. I want to say it, not in his words, but something similar. He said, "Don't ever judge a man for where they stand because you don't know where he came from." And that's for the good and for the bad. To your example, what doesn't matter what you're driving, what you have, what your house looks like. If we're on here preaching and teaching and showing that, right? You don't know where that came from. That could have came from my other successful business venture. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say Grant Cardone, but I'm going to say Grant Cardone. But, you don't know how that person got to where they are. And then now they're using that, which, I mean, I get it. It's a good flaw, right? And you got to catapult them so that it looks like something that it's not, so that it gets you, to get here. But you don't know where Jerry's success comes from. You don't know where my success, you don't know where Lance's success comes from prior to all this. You don't know. This could have already been, you know what I'm saying?
Really good point.
I would never just, that's just me. I'm obviously a critical thinker. I would never just look at somebody and say, oh, you got ABC, you got to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? I got to listen to him. I got to hear. You got to make me believe you. You know what I'm saying? You can't just talk that talk when it's got to add up. It's got to add up.
Well, DT's cooking over there.
But we're not young anymore, so we'll speak for you guys. I'm still young, but what I'm saying is we're not caught with the bullshit no more. Back in the day, oh, he had it, just like you said it in one of your episodes that the old man.
Young blood,
exactly. You thought he had it.
Yeah.
Oh, my man was killing it. He out here killing it.
I thought he was a millionaire.
And when he got a little season and got understood his the worth, he knew that he wasn't even he was the guy working for the guy.
To this day, I see him at Home Depot. He's still working.
What are we talking about, bro? What are we talking about? So this is the conversation. We're not trying to do that. We're not going to tell you ha all day. We're not going to keep on feeding you what the social media is doing already.
Yeah.
We're going to give you the real because that's what we stand on. And if we do not, if we cannot help you, we're going to tell you, all right, we can't do nothing with you, bro. Your mindset has not changed. You didn't pivot your mindset yet.
Yeah. I mean, we
had those conversations.
And you know what? Some people might go, you know what? Well, you guys are missing the wave. Not showing your houses, not showing a lifestyle. No. And listen, and you may be right about that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think you're right, but go ahead.
When the wave settles, we still going to be here.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
And there's a healthy balance though too, Lance, right? You got those people who are showing everything, right? Then you got those people who aren't showing nothing. And then you got people who their charisma and their characters and their, the way they vibe on camera, that takes them to a place where maybe their shiny out syndromes don't, or maybe their dull character doesn't. I think there's a balance, right? And hopefully we just fall somewhere within that balance. And whoever catches, whoever doesn't. We're not here trying to throw lures out, fishing and remember that commercial. You gotta be quicker than that. We're not. It's not about that. What we say, it sticks. If it don't, let it. Swipe on. You know what I'm saying? And that's just that. But what we do, why we do, I think it's super important. That you get that balance, that you get that it's not all pretty. There is some bad, there is some tough times. You know what I'm saying? There is some sacrifices. There are some times where you make a bad buy. There's some times where you pick a bad manager. There's some times where you pick a bad realtor. There's some times where you might have thought this is the best. We talked about it on the podcast several times. All three of us made mistakes and how we did it. I talk about when I had the deal of my life, the worst business venture of my life, that my wife was like, don't do it. And I was like, oh, I got to do it. And it was the worst venture I ever did in my life. We all have those things, and those are realities. It's going to happen. What we do and why we do it is because we're going to tell you that, not only so that you believe us, so that you just know that it's not a perfect road. Right. There's going to be some ups and downs, right? There's some bumps there. There's going to be some really, really great times. There's going to be some really, really low times. The great times should be enough to make the low times not so low. You know what I mean? Ideally, you just, kind of stay stagnant, and that's successful there. Ultimately, that stagnant line should be in a positive incline. assuming that you've done right. But our point in doing all this is that, good, bad, and ugly with the mentorship that we provide and the stories that we have, the knowledge that we have, the experience, the years, over 30 years experience here, that it helps you avoid such low lows, right? And not get fooled by such high highs that are really not high. You know what I mean? Because those numbers aren't accurate. They're not sustainable. So that's kind of, I think, the answer to why we do what we do in a long, the 30,000-foot view.
And we're not scared to tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because for all that conversation and the mentorship we provide, the right mentorship, we walk with you. We're here with you. Hey, don't panic. I understand. This is what we got to do. We're there with you. So that's the mindset you guys don't understand. Is before everything else, when you go down when you go to the lows, we're walking with you. So you don't have to panic. You don't have to be scared. We're walking. Hey, listen, we bought right. Don't worry about that. I know that you were calculating this. Hey, something happened. Next month it goes right back to that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that is a key point of our mentorship. We walk with you.
Yeah. And like I said, I always say the team is the biggest thing. We've created a team that we feel is super solid for you. So that way you can avoid some of those, those downs, those bumps, because we know you're not going to fire your property management. We know you're not going to fire your realtor. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm not saying you may, have your journey and find someone along the way that you may feel is even better. That's cool. But we know your starting point is a really good base.
Yeah, for sure.
Really good base, and then you can go from there. So
you get off the ground running. Off rip.
You avoid nightmares. You avoid trusting the wrong people. If you start a relationship with somebody and you at least start on a playing field, right? So a sustainable playing field. Any part of the team could be replaced at any time because you are an even playing field. But if your starting point is 3-2 and this pitch is lights out right now, not looking too good for you, homie. You know what I'm saying? So that's the point.
Right. So, and that's kind of why, I know this wasn't a crazy podcast tonight, but the reality is that we figured we have to explain to you why we do what we do. We always talk about the good. We always talk about the bad. We always talk about the ugly. And that's just who H.G.R.G is. That's kind of our identity now as we move on in this internet space. It's a new year. We've been doing this now for a couple of years. And, the reality is that we found our lane. We found ourselves. We kind of know who we are. And for you people that have been with us, hopefully you know who we are as well. And we are the people that will give you every single angle. Regardless if it's going to hurt your feelings or not. But you will be better prepared.
Right.
And that's the reality, guys. Just Jerry, any closing words?
No, I'll just say, hey, listen, before we give you the good, the bad, and the ugly, invest in yourself. You buy the portal, you buy the mentorship, it teaches you from A to Z. Before you even get the good, the bad, the ugly from the mentorship, we teach you the right way of buying, the right way of investing, and then we go and give you the good, the bad, the ugly. Because you now understand everything before you even buy invest in a property. Invest in your knowledge, invest in yourself, and that's how we're gonna get it. 2024, guys, it's not a playing year, bro. We on go mode this year.
Yeah, no, it's time to leave Earth. It's time to leave Earth on all aspects of life, individually, business-wise, collectively. It's time to leave Earth. To second Jerry's notion, if you don't do something for yourself, if you're not investing in your tomorrow, then your today's a waste of time.
It's a fact.
It is.
It's a fact.
Listen, once again, guys, Happy New Year. It's 2024. H.G.R.G, we still going strong. Another year, we're going to walk with you guys. Invest in yourself. Check us out on all platforms. H.G.R.G_club. Go to HGRG.club as well. Check out the mentorship. We're here and we ain't going nowhere. From our mouths to your ears. We'll see you. What's going on, world? It's the one and only Lance, 1/3 of H.G.R.G. You ain't got your membership yet? Go get you that. We hold your hand from A to Z. Our team is your team. I'm talking realtors, I'm talking financing. I'm talking property management. I'm talking about walkthroughs for your property, giving you the breakdowns, what the rents look like, how much it's going to cost, fixes, everything. We give you everything. Why don't you have yours? Go check us out right now at H.G.R.G.club and get your membership now.
Yeah. What they saying? I'm so divine, I'm so divine. Imperfection, perfection, my presence shines. My mental is parasailing maritime. They say I'm destined to read the palm line, yeah.